In this video, we're going to help you go through a self-assessment. This is a self-assessment to see if you have what it takes to be an entrepreneur or a business owner. So let's start out and have you go get a sheet of paper and a pen, and I want you to write these answers down. No, really, don't just watch this video, participate. I want you to write these answers down. So if you don't have a pen, I'll wait. Now, as a part of the preparation for this, I want you, after you've gone through this assessment and written these answers down, I want you to review your answers with someone who knows you really well. This could be your spouse, it could be a good friend, it could be a parent or significant other. Someone who will give you some honest feedback and someone from whom you're willing to take some honest feedback. Listen to them and see what you can learn from them. Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Number one, is entrepreneurship for you? In business, there's no guarantees. There's no way to eliminate all the risks associated with business. In business, you have to learn how to manage risk, and you do this through good planning, through preparation, and through learning the critical lessons that come from feedback. So start by evaluating your strengths and your weaknesses as a potential, or your strengths or your weaknesses as a potential or current business owner. What is your wheelhouse, as they say? What is your area of expertise? Carefully write down the answers to these questions and those that will follow. And if you need to stop this video and start it over and think through it a little bit, go right ahead, do that. This is a time for real introspection. Number two, are you a self-starter? It will be entirely up to you to develop projects and organize your time and follow through on details. Is that something that you can do? Number three, there you go. How well do you get along with different personalities? Business owners must develop working relationships with a variety of people, all different kinds of personalities. They'll come packaged as customers, vendors, investors, employees. They'll come as staff. They'll be your bankers, your lawyers, or accountants. And all of these different people have different kinds of personalities. They have their unique way of doing things and communicating. How about you? Where do you fit into that array of personalities? Number four, do you have the physical and emotional stamina to run a business? Business ownership can be very heady and exciting, but at the same time, it's also a lot of hard work. Can you work 6 or 7 12-hour days in a row? Can you take this on for weeks or months at a time? Conclusive research has proven that to succeed in business, you must plan, and I'm going to mention planning a lot, you must plan and prepare. The lack of planning is the number one cause of most business failures. The number one cause. You know the old cliche, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. And so it's very, very important. And a lot of these initial videos are going to be talking about the elements of planning. So again, planning is very important. A good organization of your financials, your inventory, your schedules, and production will not just help you avoid many pitfalls, but it'll save you time, and better yet, it'll free you up so you can focus on your health and your healthy family relationships. This is really all about balance, and juggling that balancing act can be very challenging in and of itself. And so planning and preparation is the key. Number five, is your drive strong enough? Do you have the will or the desire to succeed at what you're doing? Running a business can wear you down emotionally. I know, I've been there over the 30 years that I've been in business. There have been times when the business literally has run me down. They call it burnout. And so It's very easy for some business owners to burn out quickly from having to carry all of the responsibilities for the success of their business on their shoulders. Strong motivation will help you survive. It'll help you survive slowdowns and periods of burnout. But more importantly, organize yourself, as I have hinted at earlier. Also, focus on your talents and outsource as much as the other stuff as you can early on. In other words, you might be a great salesman and a lousy accountant, and that's okay. Consider outsourcing the accounting function to someone else. It would be worth it, even though you might think you can't afford that. It's definitely worth it to free you up so you can do the things that you're really good at. And that's what they mean by, stay in your wheelhouse and outsource the rest. And in today's market, outsourcing is very, very simple and very, very easy. You can outsource just about everything that you want to outsource. So, we'll talk more about that in the future. Number 6, how will the business affect your family? The first months and years of a business startup can be hard on your family life. You must expect to go through periods of temporary imbalance between you and your family members. You'll need their support, and so it's vitally important your family members know what to expect and for you to be able to trust each other during this time. Make and keep your time commitments to them, while making sure they understand what your commitment is to your business and to them during this time period. We've seen the old cliche in the movies where, the dad or the mom is busy with their business and their child wants them to go to a basketball game or a baseball game or a soccer game, and the parent chronically never shows up, even though they promise and they promise and they promise. And you can see the disappointment on the child's eyes. You can see how they hurt because the parent keeps breaking their promises. It's very important you make and keep your promises to your family members. If you've got a conflict and can't show up for something or be there, then let them know ahead of time. Don't disappoint them. Find ways to make it up to them and keep those ways to make it up for them. In other words, keep your integrity with them intact this whole time. There may also be some financial difficulties that come to you as a result of this, at least until your business becomes profitable. And that could take months or years. You may have to adjust to a lower standard of living or put family assets at risk in the short term. So remember, again, to communicate these things so that family members are not surprised or disappointed. Now, that's a good start for this checklist. There's a lot more. I have another checklist, a business startup checklist, that you can also use that will help you in starting a business or even running your business. You can go back and see what you may have missed. All you got to do is go to my website, www.professorntprize. That's professor, as in college professor, ntprize.com. www.professorntprize.com. And just click on the links tab at the top, the resources links tab. And all of these materials that I'm making available are free. They're available to you. You can go in and look through them and take whatever you want, all of them if you want. But the first one I'm mentioning is this startup checklist. And you're going to want to go out there and get that checklist and use that as you go through your startup process. Just note that I do ask you to subscribe to my free weekly newsletter. So all you'll need to do is put in your name and your email address, and then you'll have total access to these resources, these free resources. And so anyway, go out there and take advantage of these things that I make available to you as a part of your video MBA. Think of them as your homework assignments, and think of them as resources that you're going to need anyway in the process of starting up and managing your business. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next video.